Hey pile one, welcome back. My name is Michelle. We're doing another future spouse pick a card reading. This reading is going to be called the basic reading, okay? And it's going to be in the exact same style and format as if you were to purchase the reading of the same name as a personal, okay? Linked in the description box below. It is only $25, but this is a general reading. So what we're going to find out is tap into the energy of your future spouse. We're going to find out what their overall personality is like, what their energy is like, what they look like. So we're going to find out what their appearance is, their general appearance, and then we're also going to find out what the time range when you are more than likely to cross their paths or meet. You know, when is this union more than likely to happen? Okay, just keep in mind that timing is always fluid. So again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. If you do want to purchase this exact same reading, just check the description box below for booking details. This reading is $25, and there are a lot of other $25 readings available in the future spouse category. We're just going to get started. Okay, so we got pile one, you were drawn to the Scythe. We're just going to put this over here, the image of the card of the Scythe. Okay, let's find out a little bit about them. What's their overall personality? Actually, what's their overall personality? Pile one's future spouse, tell me your overall personality. The Knight of Cups. Okay. A romantic, definitely a romantic. I just heard a sweetheart teddy bear, okay? Possibly a water sign, or water maybe dominant in their chart somehow. It could be in their big three, or just maybe dominant, you know, in their personal planets somewhere, okay? Personal planets is going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars. Water is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, let's find out some more about him though. Tell me about your overall personality. more emotional water energy. We got a cardinal moon, so this is taking charge, being bold, active, taking action, moving quickly, initiative, leadership, pioneering spirit, and stepping into your power. So they could have their moon sign could be in a cardinal sign, which would be a Cancer, let's see, Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So they could have any of those signs as their moon. They could have a cardinal moon. We got look at all this water. Well, I guess it's, yeah, Grand Trine. You guys, they may have all water in their top three, or they may have a Grand Trine with water in their chart somewhere. I just specifically heard their big three though, maybe all water. So their big three may be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is being blessed, good luck, completion, receiving gifts, contentment, magnetic, huge successes, little effort, harmony. Let's get one more. There's a lot of, there's air element. Water and air. Okay, this is communication, thoughts, travel, news, gossip, being in the clouds, head over heart, aloofness. Within the clouds, being in the clouds, that's really giving me Pisces, heavy Pisces energy definitely coming through. Air energy is going to be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This person, your future spouse, pile one, is very talkative and very expressive. Very comfortable in their feelings, very emotionally expressive. This is the kind of person that, you know, they love they love writing love notes, they love giving flowers, very affectionate, physically affectionate. This is going to be that person, pile one, that is going to, you know, give you those good morning and those good night texts. Very good with communication here with air element showing up, okay? This is their overall personality though, so it's not necessarily, but they are a romantic, heavy on romantic, okay? Very romantic, very affectionate. Your person may even, or your future spouse, pile one, may even be someone that very big on gifts. giving and receiving gifts. One of their love languages may be gift giving and gift receiving, but they do love giving gifts though. And when they give gifts, it's very thoughtful and I just heard thoughtful and expressive. So it's not necessarily like the amount of money being spent, it's the amount of consideration and the thoughtfulness that goes into it. Big on homemade gifts. They may even be into crafting. They may like crafts. Ooh, yeah, crafts, arts and crafts. They may like to, paint or draw. They may like poetry. Lots of information coming through about your future spouse being a natural creative. They like color. And I heard color theory. So there's something very artistic about your person, whether or not that's something that they do for a living, which is not part of the basic reading, that's part of the add-on. But yeah, they love color, okay? Very much love color. They are comfortable making the first move. So there's a lot of water element showing up here, which is a feminine energy element. But with cardinal energy coming through, though, I do feel like there's a good dose of masculine energy coming through there as well. Very much taking initiative, making the first move. They're not afraid to make the first move, but I feel like there's a balance with your future spouse, pile one, where they know how to read a room, right? They know how to read a room, and so they're going to know when to advance, right, towards someone or something, and then they're going to know when to pull back or when it's better to pull their energy back. Very intuitive also, your person is, pile one. Very lucky. Yeah, especially with Pisces energies, because Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter. So with Grand Trine here, being blessed, you know what, I'm seeing like their space being real tidy, well decorated. Like you'd be impressed with the way they put things together in terms of like, aesthetic. Very much with the aesthetic. They like their place to be very well put together in terms of like color. I keep hearing color theory, and I'm not even familiar with what color theory is, okay? Oh, it even says here, receiving gifts. Yeah, okay. Something about your person, it's just energetically very fertile, okay? Very prolific. Whatever they invest their energy into, it naturally just seems to work out. This could be in relationships, especially your person may be, I am kind of picking up on an introverted vibe, pile one, with your future spouse, but I mean, they could very well, there are introverts who are very outgoing and very talkative. Yeah, I am picking up more on an introverted vibe, but that does not mean that they, have a hard time mingling and talking to people and stuff like that. They just do require some time in between socializing to kind of recharge their battery. Like they're just as comfortable in, they don't mind a crowd, but they don't like humongous crowds. Okay, they don't mind a crowd. They can mingle, they don't mind a crowd, but they don't like humongous crowds necessarily. Not to say that they'll stay away from it, but it's not like they go seeking it out. They like sunny days, but they also, like, they don't get, what's that called? Seasonal something depression? They don't get that. Like, they find comfort in the rain and in cloudy days just as much as they find excitement in sunny days, okay? All right, we're going to move on. That's a little bit about their personality. Now what we're going to find out is get some information about what they look like. Pile one's future spouse. What's your overall general aesthetic? What do you look like? Your overall general aesthetic. Okay, Page of Pentacles. They may be younger than you, pile one. Or they just may look very young for their years. They look young, okay, with the page here. That could mean they either are young, and with a page here, just depending on like your age pile, one, this person could be anywhere between 5 and 10 years younger than you. There could be, or this could just be signifying some kind of an age gap. We'll put it that way. But appearance-wise, their overall aesthetic is that, you know, they are young or they look considerably younger than their years. And I'm talking like 10 to 15 years younger than what they're at. 10, okay, 10 to 12 is what I'm hearing. If they're not actually that much younger than you, it's just they look young, okay? They're going to have darker skin tones, darker, okay? So, dark brown, dark black skin, dark brown, black eyes and hair. Let's see. Let's find out their height. They're going to be shorter, okay? Shorter than average as far as height goes, male or female, okay? Shorter than the average, male or female. So, and when I say shorter, it's gonna be, so for a female, we're talking like 5 foot, okay, around that area, 5'1" for a female. For a man or a male, it's gonna be probably around like 5'5", 5'6", maybe 5'7". Show me your build. What's your build? All this pentacle energy coming up. Build, stocky, okay? For a female, it's going to be somebody that's curvy. You think about curvy, okay? Thick. Curvy and thick, all right? So, you know, beefy for a guy, muscular, but more on not athletic, it's going to be, you know, stocky is what I think of, but it's more on the muscular side, okay? There is going to be some love handles and stuff like that, but it's going to be more on the thick side as opposed to like, you know, being overweight or obese. They may be somewhat overweight, okay? But physical type is going to be more along the line of thick. For a female, think of curvy. I don't know what you would call that for a man. It's just stocky, right? Stocky, but muscular. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see, we did eyes, skin color, hair. We did physical build and height. That was everything in, yeah, the physical. Okay, that was everything in the physical. Now we're going to find out, you guys, when you are more than likely to meet them. Just keep in mind, y'all, timing is fluid. It can and often does change. It just depends on choices we make, you know, healing we are or are not doing, okay? So just keep that in mind. And while I'm getting this energy out, you guys, take a minute, if you would, smash that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it's resonating. Become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or a reading. All right, and then let's find out what is going on. When is pile 1 and their future spouse more than likely to experience union in this lifetime? We got the number 11, and this is water energy with Pisces. So water energy is the second slowest moving element of all 4 elements, and it typically talks about months, possibly years, okay? So we have about 11 months possibly within the next 11 months, or it could be, you know, the next Pisces season coming around. The number 11, is that Aquarius energy? Yeah, Pisces, Aquarius, around that time. Definitely talking about maybe closer to Pisces slash, or it's Aquarius slash Pisces season, maybe closer to the cusp, okay? I'm seeing the number 12. So about 11 to 12 months is when this is more, when union between you and your future spouse is more than likely to happen. More notably, definitely Pisces slash or Aquarius slash Pisces season. That there's a cusp there about that area. That's getting really, what do they call that? It's getting really specific with timing, because I think when's the Aquarius Pisces cusp? That is going to be February, right? About the third week in February, around that time. All right, so there you go, pile one. That was your reading. Watch out for, I am going to have, let's see, an add-on, a future spouse add-on reading where beyond this one, it includes what they do for a living, and I'm talking about like a general reading, right? A pick a card reading, what they do for a living, the energies that are mostly influencing this connection in terms of, you know, whether it's influencing separation or influencing union between you and your future spouse, and then what you can do to help, you know, change that energy or help it along or whatever it may be. Okay, you guys, that's going to be dropping tomorrow. The link will be down in the description box below. It won't be active until it actually posts though, okay? Yeah, so thanks again for hanging out with me today, you guys. I'll see you guys at your next pick a card reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome back. My name is Michelle. We're doing another future spouse pick a card reading. The reading that we're doing today is the exact same reading that I do. It's called a future spouse basic reading, and those are available if you would like a personal reading. Just check the description box below for booking details. It is $25. This right here is just a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. What we're going to be looking into for this basic reading is what your future spouse, like their overall personality. We're also going to be looking at their overall appearance as far as aesthetic goes, and then when you are more than likely to experience union with your future spouse. We're going to get about a time range. Okay, you guys, let's see. Pile 1, you were drawn to the bear. We'll just put that over here. Let's see. Let's get an overall energy about Pile 2's future spouse. Show me your overall energy in terms of personality. What's your overall personality? We got 2. Okay. Don't normally take reversals in this, but I feel like it's coming out for a reason. So we got the Page of Pentacles coming up, and this is their overall energy in terms of personality, okay? So we got the Page of Pentacles coming out, and then we also have the Knight of Cups, but it's showing up in reverse. And so there may be some, I'm just going to keep it honest. There may be some childishness or immaturity when it comes to your future spouse, Pile 2, okay? This is kind of to be expected if you are younger, okay? If you have yet to experience life, you know, maybe your future spouse hasn't gone through, they could be younger, literally, they could be very young, okay? And so they just haven't gone through the experiences in life that, you know, help them to grow up, because we do have energetically, they're coming through as a page and then a Knight of Cups in reverse. And so this person could just be young in terms of age, and then they just haven't had a lot of experience that helps them to grow up. I am picking up right off the bat, I don't think they've ever been married, okay? I'm just getting an overall energy from your future spouse, Pile 2. They're inexperienced just in life in general, okay? They may still be in school. If they're out of school, they're like fresh out of school. They haven't had a lot of, there's just not a lot of experience being an adult. I'll put it that way. So, you know, take with that what you will. I just am picking up on they have some growing up to do, and that could just be because they are younger. They just haven't had the chance in years yet to experience things, okay? If you're older, okay, this could either mean there's an age gap between you and your future spouse, or they could be the same age as you, but they just have not grown up yet. Okay, take that with what you will. Don't come for me in the comments. A lot of the times when, we are in the process of manifesting somebody in, that person is mirroring something back to us. So just take this energy as feedback. So, if you are younger, right, then this is fine, right? If your person is younger, this is fine, right? But if you know that your future spouse is, 30s, 40s, and they're showing up in this kind of energy, yeah, all right, yeah, there's some growth needing to happen. Either way, there's growth needing to happen with your future spouse's energy, because they are showing up as either inexperienced and or very immature, okay? Not energetically and or spiritually developed yet, okay? So just take that energy how you see fit. Now, of course, you can always reject, like if you yourself are in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or whatever it may be, and for a fact you're like, you don't want someone that's fresh out of high school or just going into college or anything like that. This is just simply letting you know what you are in the process of manifesting, and you can use this reading kind of as, a course correction where you need to course correct, okay? All right, moving on. Pile 2's future spouse. Tell me more about your personality. We got snow moon. Look, it says transition. Yeah. This is transition, low resources, hibernation, embracing change, renewal, cleansing, soul searching, darkness, scarcity, making plans for the future, and rest. I do feel like for a lot of you, this could just be indicative. It doesn't really matter, I guess, unless that's just something you're totally against, of, this person, your future spouse. There could be a significant age gap between the two of you, okay? Because with here, this does talk about transition. This talks about growth. It does talk about hibernation before before springtime comes. And so that's more along the lines of what this is planning towards. It also says making plans for the future. So I'm not picking up on, deadbeat energy from your future spouse necessarily, pile 2. Okay, I'm picking up on young, inexperienced energy, where this person hasn't lived enough life yet up to this point to really be, I'm hearing humbled even. They have yet to be humbled. They have yet to grow up. And I do feel for a lot of you, it's because I'm picking up a significant age gap. And when I mean significant, I'm talking like 15 to 20 years, okay? For a lot of you. So I mean, if you're in your 20s or your 30s and you're watching this, that could mean that your future spouse, you're not going to be meeting them for quite some time because they're not legal yet, okay? For those of you that are in your 40s and 50s, this person's going to be college age. And I mean late teens, 18, 19, more like early 20s, okay? Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's find out more about him, pile 2. Pile 2, he's robbing a cradle. Pile 2 is robbing a cradle. Nothing wrong with that as long as, as long as they're legal. As long as they're legal, okay? Let's see. We got flower moon. All this feminine energy showing up. All feminine. Even we got cups and pentacles. Those are both feminine energies here. Let's get one more. Pile 2's future spouse. Look at 4th. All of this, nothing but feminine energy. Okay, so your person, pile 2, very feminine in energy. Now, I am feeling like it could be just their natural makeup. So pile 2, your person could be the divine feminine, whether they're male or female, okay? That's going to resonate for you as your future spouse if you know yourself to be the divine masculine, whether you're male or female. All this feminine energy coming through here. So they could have feminine energies dominant in their chart. So feminine energies is going to be earth and water. So earth is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Water is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We even have the fourth house here that's ruled by Cancer. The fourth house is a water dominant house. Very feminine in energy your person is, whether they're male or female. They're going to be the dominant feminine energy in this connection, which, it's going to be best for you then, pile 2, for you to be the dominant, divine masculine. Otherwise, if you know, pile 2, that you also are a divine feminine, then there's not going to be, long-term attraction here in this connection, because the way that we create magnetism and attraction in romantic relationships is by way of, polarization, right? So that's where you have a divine feminine and a divine masculine energy coming together. So again, that's going to work for you if you're a divine masculine, okay? You're attracting in a divine feminine with this energy here. If you know yourself to be a divine feminine and you're attracting in another divine feminine, that's just kind of showing you you're manifesting a future spouse that is not going to work long term, okay? There will be, if you got 2 divine feminines, it's going to be a lack of polarity, which is going to mean a loss of attraction and magnetism within the connection itself, okay? I feel like for a lot of you, that might be what the deal is. Honestly, pile 2, I do feel like you might be attracting in a future spouse that is not a long-term. I've never had this information come through before. It is what it is, though. You might be attracting in a future spouse that is not going to end up being a permanent long-term future spouse, meaning, y'all might get separated and end up divorcing. Okay, so for those of you watching for pile 2, okay, if you're not a divine masculine, this means you are manifesting in somebody that is not, yes, you will get married, but it may not be long term. It's definitely not, it's not going to be lifelong, or if it is going to be lifelong, it's just not going to be attraction and magnetism in the thing itself. You guys may end up feeling in the long run more like roommates and friends, more than like, a passionate married couple. I hope that makes sense. And what you would want to do then is just look out for the add-on reading, the pick a card reading, the future spouse add-on pick a card reading that's going to be posted tomorrow, that will talk about the energies that are largely influencing manifesting this in, and then what you can do to change that energy if you want to. If you don't want to manifest this kind of marriage in, okay, because I am picking up on that. This is usually not, this is channeled energy. This is not going to be something where, like I said, it's not going to be passionate, it's not going to be intense. It's going to end up being something more like feeling like a friend, definitely a best friend. If you're a divine feminine and you're attracting in a future spouse that's also a divine feminine, yes, the two of you will be best of friends, but there's not going to be a lot of attraction and magnetism, i.e. sexual attraction there, okay? There's just not. It's going to end up very quickly becoming something where the passion and all that stuff tends to fizzle out. If that's not what you want, just watch out for the future spouse pick a card reading that will be posting tomorrow. It's also will be linked in the description box below, okay? It's going to be called the future spouse add-on reading, and it's an add-on to this reading. It's also a pick a card. Anyway, back to the thing, okay? Otherwise, for those of you where this sounds great, you're wanting a divine feminine works great for you. You like the thought of there being, an age gap where you're older and they're younger. We're going to get back into the reading. Otherwise, you might need to pick another pile. Definitely watch out for the reading tomorrow, okay? So, getting back into your future spouse and who they are as a person. Very feminine, 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 possibly wanting a large family, especially here with the fourth house. Very much a homebody. We'll say it that way. With the fourth house, that is all about home, feeling comfortable at home. They could very well have their fourth house. Their fourth house could be actually be in Cancer. If their fourth house is in Cancer, then that's going to mean that their rising sign is going to be Aries, okay? Or something like that, or very close to Aries. Very feminine. So, and they're going to look feminine, whether they're male or female. They're going to be more feminine. So they're going to, what you would think of a feminine to look like, very well groomed, very well put together. Male or female, like, eyebrows are going to be on point. Okay, very well groomed, like facial hair, if they're male or they have facial hair, it's going to be very well taken care of, very well groomed, very well put together in terms of how they dress. Okay, if they are females or they are more feminine and they do wear dresses, they're going to wear dresses all the time. Okay, dress clothing, yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be, it's just like dress clothing. They like to dress up, male or female, masculine, feminine, whatever. Okay, makeup for those that do wear makeup. Hair is always on point, no matter what their gender is. With the flower moon in the fourth house, I do feel like this person, like their home is their sanctuary. And so they take great pride in keeping their sanctuary clean, keeping it, decorated, keeping things organized. I am picking up on some Virgo and just earth energy there. But Virgo specifically coming through. With the Knight of Cups here being in reverse, this may be somebody, though, pile 2, who is not going to make the first move. And that can be natural of, like, dominant feminine energies. They prefer not to make the first move. This could also be talking about somebody that does not yet feel comfortable expressing themselves emotionally. Very much in touch with their emotions. Very much in touch with what they're feeling, but there is some development there where they may not feel comfortable speaking from an emotional space quite yet. It may take them some time, like getting to know a person before they start talking about how they feel about them personally. With the Knight of Cups in reverse, that talks about, it can be somebody they're not very emotionally expressive, okay? I'm actually picking up pile 2, your future spouse may actually be quiet. They may be quiet. A quiet personality until you get to know them. Yeah, they're not going to be the dominant energy in the connection with you. They're not going to be the dominant energy. They're not going to be the one making the first move. They're not going to be the one necessarily planning dates, or, not that they're against it. There's just, very much taking a back seat. Okay. I am picking up energies, pile 2, that your future spouse, may have to be taught how to be, a husband or a wife or a spouse to you. You might have to, be very expressive about what you like, what you don't like. You may have to be careful too about how you talk to them about the things that you do and don't like, because like I said, they are coming through as inexperienced, which can also talk about underdeveloped, like life has not developed them yet. Okay, and so not that you're necessarily having to handle them with kid gloves. Maybe, I don't know. You might have to, in sense of, like, when you talk to them, especially if they're showing up in a way that you don't like or appreciate, pile 2, you might have to be very careful with using languages or languaging that is very inflammatory, instead of being like, I don't like it when you do this, future spouse. You would have to find a more creative way to express the behaviors that you would like to see. It's almost giving me the kinds of energy of like if you were parenting a child, you know, it's kind of the same things that, you know, parents learn how to, you know, talk to their children in a way. It's like, you know, you don't focus on, when you're speaking to them, you don't focus on the behaviors that you're not wanting them to do, because it's just naturally when we tell someone what not to do, that's just what they natural inclination is. You're focusing on what not to do then. So in other words, I'm just giving you an example, like, you know, like for me personally, when I was trying to teach my kids, you know, don't run, right? I wouldn't tell them not to run though, because that's where their focus is going to be going, on running. I'd be like, walk. Okay, walk. And so in other words, if, you know, you don't like that your future spouse, I don't know, maybe they talk too loud. Rather than saying, I don't like it when you talk that loud, you know, it'd have to be something a little bit more soft, and you'll have to soften the communication a little bit and be like, you know, I really love your voice when, you know, it's, I love your quiet voice, or your voice is so sexy, you know, when it's within a specific realm or something like that. You'll have to get a little bit creative, or you can just even say something like, you know, I love softer voices, or something like that. I hope that makes sense. Okay. It does sound like you're going to have to use kid gloves. I'm just telling you, this person, they're going to be younger. Okay. Whether they're younger in age, which I feel like for a lot of you it is, you know, they're just, yeah. We're just going to leave it there. Okay. Let's move on. Let's find out what they're gonna look like. All right, pile twos, future spouse, general aesthetic. Pile twos, future spouse. What do you look like? What's your overall aesthetic? What do you look like? All right, showing up as the Queen of Cups. So, their aesthetic is going to be more on the feminine side, whether they're male or female. Okay, so softer, definitely, maybe longer hair, male or female, or however gender they might identify. Longer hair, light skinned. Okay, more on the Caucasian side. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be Caucasian, but when I think of cup energy, I am thinking of the more, you know, like rosy, like pale to fair skinned. There you go. More fair skinned, where it's more of a pink tint to their skin than it is like an olive tone or anything like that. It's, you know, definitely light skinned, more than likely of European descent. Okay. Light brown or dark blonde hair, and then eyes are going to be colored, but it's not going to be like a striking color. So it's more going to be of like a muted blue or a muted green, like hazel kind of, but it's more, maybe more on a gray, like their eyes may even change color. Let's see how tall they're going to be. How tall are you going to be? They're either going to be really tall or really short. Let's find out. We got the King of Wands. Or no, sorry, the King of Swords. No, this is just letting me know, like, average, like, height-wise. I'll be honest, pile two, this person is not going to stand out in a crowd, okay? In terms of, like, appearance. They're not going to be so attractive that, you know, they, like, every eye automatically, it's very much a plain Jane or whatever the male version of that may be. They're going to be, yeah, not to say that they're not attractive, but I mean, it's just kind of, there's something plain about their just overall physical appearance. I am saying the one thing that might stand out to them, though, is maybe about that may be why they dress up. I don't know. Yeah, so, like, God, I never really got it like this before, but, you know, just plain. They're plain. The only thing that might make them stand out is if they do makeup, then they do it very well, okay? They may be heavy on contouring and doing stuff like that. That kind of makes the, you know, like there's nothing really distinguishable about their physical appearance. We'll put it that way, okay? Average height, average looks. The only thing that really stands out to me is maybe how they dress and the way they do their hair, okay? But just looks overall, like if they were just to be wearing, you know, t-shirts and jeans and not have any makeup on, there's nothing really that stands out about them appearance wise, okay? Physical build, what is that? Showing up as Queen of Cups again. And so, yeah, they're going to be slightly overweight. Well, I'll have to be honest. It's going to be, okay, no. Yeah, it's going to be slightly overweight. Some love handles. Because like I said, nothing really is going to stand out about them. You know, and people who are really, really skinny or really, really overweight is going to attract some kind of attention, right? And so your person doesn't really attract any attention in a crowd beyond maybe like how they do their hair and the way they do the way they dress. But even like, you know, I do feel like they do their hair really nice and they dress nice, but it's not so extreme that, you know, unless there's somewhere else where people might be just dressed casually and your person is dressed up, that's when they'll attract attention. But, you know, if they're just in other places where, you know, other people are dressed up, other people have their makeup done, other people have their hair done, your person isn't necessarily going to stand out. There's just something kind of plain about their overall physical appearance, okay? Let's see, what else are we going to do? Yeah. All right, so now what we're going to do is find out when union between you and your future spouse is more than likely to happen. And just keep in mind, you guys, timing is fluid. It can and often does change. Just depends on the energies that are largely influencing, you know, union or separation. And again, if you're curious as to what that energy is, just watch out for tomorrow's pick a card reading called Future Spouse Add-on Reading. All right, let's see, pile 2. So if this has resonated, however it resonated, even if it did or if it didn't, okay, just do me a favor. Even if it didn't resonate, this kind of gives you an idea of what you can do to course correct, right? So either way, just make sure, you know, show my channel some love. Hit that like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Don't bomb me in the comments about the things that you don't like, okay? And I only say that, pile 2, because I see, like, this channel does attract more divine feminines. And so I know this particular pile, if it's mainly divine feminines watching this pile, y'all are not going to want to be attracting in this specific future spouse. I get it, okay? Otherwise, I mean, if you're a divine masculine, this might be your cup of tea. Either way. But let me know how it resonated, and then become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or a reading. Okay, you guys, let's see. Pile 2. When are you more than likely to experience union with your future spouse? What do we got here? We got the number 4, which is Cancer energy. Ooh, we got Aquarius, which is air energy, and air energy is the fastest moving element of all 4 elements. It talks about days, okay? Days. So you might actually already know this person, possibly, or you're literally going to be crossing paths with this person. It could be as little as 4 days, you guys. At most, we're looking at weeks, okay? Well, I shouldn't say at most. So 4 days to 4 weeks. Could be Cancer season, which, let's see, at the time of this video dropping, we are, what is this? We're Taurus season still, aren't we? Yeah, heading into Gemini season. And then you got Aquarius season. So, yeah, 4 days, 4 weeks, Cancer season or Aquarius season, whichever, you know, it's close, you guys. You guys are manifesting in this person close. You may even know who this person is already. Okay, pile 2, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you for hanging out again with me today. I'll see you guys at your next pick a card reading. Bye, guys. Hey pile 3, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We're doing another future spouse pick a card reading. This time what I'm doing is we're doing another reading that's in the exact same format, giving you the exact same information as one of my more popular future spouse personal readings. It's called the Future Spouse Basic Reading. And so what we're doing in today's pick a card reading, you guys, is we're finding out their overall personality. We're also going to look at their appearance, a generalized appearance, what they look aesthetically. And then when you're more than likely to experience union with your future spouse. Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading, so take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. This reading is available for $25 if you want it personalized, okay, specific to you and your future spouse. Just check the description box below for booking details. There are also other $25 future spouse readings available, in the description box below. So we're just going to get started. So pile 1, you guys were drawn to the cross card. We'll just put that over there. And then we're going to find out who they are. Let's look at their personality. Pile 3's future spouse personality. What's your overall energy personality-wise? Pile 3's future spouse. They're quiet. I'll tell you that right now. Pile 3's future, or they're very private. That might be what it is. And I'm picking up some Scorpio energy on that. It could be air energy as well. Some air energies. Yeah. We'll find out. Or they just could be very detached. Hold on, we'll find out. Pile 3's future spouse, your overall energy. There's a Page of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so definitely some privateness coming through with your future spouse, pile 3, meaning that they may be a tough shell to crack. Cancer coming through now, okay, so Cancer energy or Scorpio energy, they could just be very private. It may take them a minute to get comfortable, to open up, and stuff like that. We're going to find out more with the Page of Cups energy. And that may be why, because they may have a very active inner child, or they just may be very well connected to their inner child, and so they just may be very on guard with themselves. And so, yeah, they have a very soft inside, pile 3. That's why they're kind of on guard. It takes them a minute to really get to trust someone to open up, because when they open up, I mean, they're exposed, like, let's find out. Pile 3's future spouse. Tell me more. That's too many. Pile 3's future spouse. Tell me more about your personality. Sweetheart. Very much a sweetheart. Easily, they can be easily, they have a hard outside shell, okay? Because if they care about somebody prematurely without really getting to know them, they can get hurt easily. I want to say easily triggered, but that really only depends on, the people they let close to them. They do have a hard outer shell, an outer that takes time to get through, okay? Give me more. We got Mercury. Yeah, there's some air energy coming through. That's also the ruler of Virgo too, though. It says awareness, communication, writing, news, short trips, thoughts, ideas, perception, learning, and intelligence. Let's get a couple more. There's Taurus. Fertile. This is fertile, self-indulgent, sensuous, ripe, patient, possessive, rational, loyal, comforts, materialism, food, and earthy. Let's get one more. They do have trust issues. There's Cancer energy coming through. That's what I was picking up. That hard outer shell. This lets me know that they may have had some experiences when they were younger, pile 3, where they may have been bullied. And this can, and when I say bullied, I mean they may have experienced being bullied like in their home, like growing up from, you know, a step parent, you know, from their own parents, or just from someone that they were around all the time. Day in, day out, I'm hearing, yeah, this feels like they were more than likely bullied. I'm picking up specifically from a step parent, okay? Step parent, step kids, someone that lived in their home with them. And so this caused them to develop a hard outer shell, because they just, you know, they have a very active inner child. And they tend to take to heart the opinions of people that, you know, they see maybe as an authority figure. Yeah, I mean, they're an adult now, and they do have, with Mercury here, yes, they do have that logic and that common sense and that reasoning faculty, right? That the logic to be able to, you know, put things into different perspectives, but they still have that part of them that once they care about somebody, they really value that person's opinion about what they're doing, right? There may even be a part of them that is still somewhat tied to, you know, whoever may have bullied them from the past, maybe subconsciously seeking validation from that person. But yeah, your future spouse overall, pile 3, when it comes to personality, they're going to be that quiet person, okay? This is not someone that makes friends very easily. They don't want to be friends with everyone. They do take the time to vet somebody, you know, in terms of, is this someone that I actually want to let close to me? Because your person knows, your future spouse knows, pile 3, that once they let somebody in, then that person's opinions of them are going to affect them personally and very deeply, okay? So that's kind of letting me know, pile 3, it may take you and your person quite a bit. You may actually end up being friends with your person before things go to that romantic space, because they are very closed off. Very closed off. They got their barriers up, they got their guard up, they're making sure that, you know, they're not letting somebody in that has the ability to absolutely annihilate, you know, their spirit, things like that. You know, I can see them holding you at arm's length until they've spent enough time around you and with you to know that you can be trusted, that you're a trustworthy individual. And your person has had experiences with people, pile 3, where, you know, they let somebody in before they really got to know somebody. And, you know, yeah, I feel like your person may have had experiences with narcissists, okay, or, you know, or people with heavy narcissistic tendencies, we can put it that way, where, you know, they let themselves fall for somebody before they really got to know who they were underneath. And so your person is going to hold you at arm's length for quite some time. And when I mean quite some time, they're going to want to see how you handle things when you don't get your way. Now, not to say that they're going to purposefully trigger you. They're not saying that. Although I am going to say, pile 3, your future spouse has some really healthy boundaries, okay? They like their space. I just picked that up. They like their space to themselves. They do communicate well. They will communicate what their boundaries are. They will communicate to you how they are. There's even a very high level of self-awareness, and they may even be real with you. They may let you know, it takes me a while to warm up to somebody. It takes me a while to really trust somebody. What they may not tell you, pile 3, is that it takes them a minute, because they know that the person, when you first meet someone, The person that we present ourselves to be isn't usually who we really truly are. It takes us a minute to really get comfortable with that person. Then, you know, I mean, we could be a year in and just figuring out, oh, this is what you're really like. So this is kind of giving me an idea of how the relationship is going to develop with your future spouse. This is all channeled information. It doesn't normally come through like that, but, you know, opening up for the collective, channeling the collective, I can kind of see, you know, this might be a little bit more of a slow burn pile 3. Your person isn't, I'm not seeing your person like, you know, this isn't going to be where y'all are like engaged within the first 6 months. Your person's going to kind of want to go and take things really slow, and they're going to want to see how does pile 3 react when, you know, they don't get their way. Are they going to get mad? Are they going to, you know, stonewall me? Are they going to, you know, fly off the handle? You know, they're going to be very careful about letting you, you know, pass that wall. You know, once they know that they can trust you and that you are who you say you are and that you are who you portray yourself to be, you know, once you're past that, then it's, you know, it's all going to be sweetness. Okay, sweetness with the Page of Cups there. You know, that's going to be love letters and, you know, talks of, I should say text, but yeah, talking is wanting to come through your person. It's going to be like y'all will be best friends, but it's going to take you a minute to get there. Okay, your person is going to want to vet you for a minute, pile 3. This is going to require some patience on your part. You know, yeah, with Mercury here and Taurus here, once you get past that point with them, I mean, they'll be your best friend. They're going to be somebody that's very open, very loyal, very reliable. They'll be one of those people that you can call on. Like, you know, if you get stuck with a flat tire, there'll be that person there that's, you know, going to help you change it out and stuff like that. Very much a homebody here with Cancer energy coming through. Sorry, possibly very introverted. Yeah. Well, I mean, introverted doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, outgoing or not. I don't pick up that your person is shy. They're just very reserved with their energy. Okay. Like I said, they're very selective about who they share their energy with. And so their energy is somewhat, yeah, it's reserved. Okay. They themselves are very reserved. They do not wear their heart on their sleeve. It can take a hot minute to really get to know who they are. Okay, you guys, we're going to move on to the next part, which is finding out what their overall aesthetic is physically. What do you look like, pile 3's future spouse? What do you look like? Something about them stands out. Okay, something about it, because we're talking about an overall aesthetic. So something about their appearance stands out. This could be the way they dress, the way they do their hair. They could be extremely tall. Because like if they were in a crowd, right, your person is going to stand out. They do draw attention. Something about your future spouse's just overall general appearance stands out. What is that? What stands out of it? Okay, tattoos. It could be one. They could have a lot of tattoos. Yeah, so that's going to be what it is. It's either going to be something like they have a lot of tattoos, okay? When I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like, you know, a lot, okay? It could be some kind of a hairstyle that, you know, draws attention to them immediately. A style of dress. Something about them overall, their overall general aesthetic is very eye-catching. For some of you, it could be that they're just really, really tall, okay? Extremely tall. Let's see. Male or female, doesn't matter. Let's see. Exotic. I just heard exotic. And the term exotic is just going to be, you know, different, right? It's that it doesn't matter what culture you're in. It's going to be, you know, exotic is going to be if you're from one culture and you go to a whole different culture, you're going to stand out. That culture is going to see you as exotic, right? And so there's something about this person's appearance, at least for you, that you're going to see as exotic. So very different from maybe what you're used to, okay? But, you know, I am picking up, like, in a crowd, this person is going to be very different than most of the people that surround them, okay? Let's see. Give me your overall coloring. Yeah, okay. They might be either really, really dark in terms of skin color or really, really pale. Let's find out. Coloring. Okay, yeah. So this person is going to be very, very dark skinned. Very dark skinned. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles here, with the Page of Swords, very dark skinned. Possibly, they're going to look a lot younger. They either are a lot younger than you, or they just look, they naturally look like they're a lot younger. Now, didn't we have, like, was it a Page? I think it was the Page of Cups that came out earlier. With the overall personality coming up with an overall aesthetic with the Page and the Knight here, this person, and it just depends on your age, that, you know, pile 3, this person, they feel younger than you, okay? They feel younger than you. I'm not going to say by much. There may be an age gap here. But I do feel for a lot of you, yeah. I mean, if it's not an age gap, they look quite a bit younger than their natural age, okay? Like, in other words, like, you know, they're aging very gracefully. Let's see. Let me see the height. They're going to be slightly, either average or slightly taller than average. It's funny because we have the Wands here, which is usually a little bit taller than average, but then we also have the Pentacles, which is like smaller. Like, okay. So, I mean, their height for the most part is not, for a lot of you, is what's, okay, I understand now. Okay. All right, so their overall general aesthetic, it's not their height that makes them stand out, okay? It's not their height. They're not going to be so tall that they just tower over everybody. That's not it. It's not their height. It's going to be something different, something very exotic about their appearance, though. So they might be, you know, a very different culture than yours. Most people will, their way of dressing, too. Their way of dressing seems very exotic, very different than what, you know. Huh, interesting. Interesting. So, as far as their height goes, pile 3, it's going to range somewhere between, you know, they're going to be either shorter than average or just average height. So, I'm picking up a range here between, it just, well, male or female, right? Female is probably going to be between somewhere like maybe, yeah, 5'1", 5'1", 5'2", maybe up to about 5'5" at the tallest. And then for men, it's going to be 5'6", 5'7", up to about 5'10" at the tallest. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? Physical build. What's a physical build? Curvy. Okay, curvy. They're going to be thick. Curvy and thick for feminine, you know, feminines or women, okay? If you're attracted to men, it's going to be more on the stocky side. Definitely muscular. There's muscular there. There's going to be some, you know, they may be overweight. And it's going to be, but more on the thick side, more on the muscular side. Very curvy and thick. Okay. Let's see, what do we got going on? Okay, what we're going to do now is find out an overall timing in terms of when you are more than likely to experience union with them. While I'm getting this out, you guys, if this is resonating, do me a favor, take time to smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell. And then, yeah, so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. So, again, I do have the add-on reading that's going to be posted tomorrow, the Future Spouse add-on reading. It's also linked in the description box below, but it won't be active until it's posted, okay? In that reading is also available as a personal reading. If you already got the basic, it's also $25. And that reading is the... what is that reading? What they do for a living, yeah, how they make their money, along with the energy that is largely influencing this connection with your future spouse, whether it's, you know, helping to bring them in, or if it's acting as a repellent to keep this, you know, to keep union from happening, and then what you can do about that energy, if anything. Okay, you guys? All right, yeah, so just check that out. It'll be posted tomorrow. Otherwise, the link is in the description box below. We got Libra, which is air energy, and the number 3. So you guys may actually already know this person, all right? Otherwise, they're very close in proximity. Like, you may already know somebody that knows them. Your pals are getting ready to cross. We got the number 3 here, which is Gemini energy because it's ruled by Gemini, but we also have Libra. So air energy is the fastest moving energy of all 4 elements. It correlates to days, at most weeks. Okay, so 3 weeks or 3 days to 3 weeks, but then we also have Gemini season, and then we also have Libra season. So at the time that this video is posted, we're currently in Taurus season. Gemini season is right around the corner. Libra season is not too far away. Yeah, so 3 days, clear up until, you know, 3 weeks. I mean, it could be a few months. What's Libra season is what? September, October? That's 4 or 5 months from now. Yeah, so at the very most, we're looking at maybe 4 or 5 months out. But for a lot of you, this is right around the corner. A lot of you are going to be meeting them sometime during the summer. Yeah, so we'll just leave it at that. All right, pile 3, thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I'll see you guys at your next Future Spouse Pick a Card reading. Bye. Pile 4, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle. We're back with another Future Spouse Pick a Card reading. This reading, we are looking at the exact same information that you would get if you were to buy the personal reading of the same name. Okay, it's the Future Spouse basic reading. We're going to be looking at who they are as a person, what's their overall general energy in terms of personality, what they look like, what's their general aesthetic, and any information that might come through that I channel. And then the more than likeliest of timelines, like when are you going to experience union? Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Take what resonates, leave behind anything that doesn't. Also, tomorrow I will be releasing an add-on to this reading. Okay, that reading is also available as a personal reading. If anything comes up in this reading that you don't necessarily vibe with, then you definitely want to check out the pick a card that's being dropped tomorrow, because that's going to include, you know, the energies that's largely influencing manifesting this future spouse in. Okay, so just keep that in mind, because that reading is going to include, you know, that, and then as well as the energy, like what can you do to either, you know, maintain that energy or change it if there's anything in this that you're not vibing with, because this is the energy I'm picking up on. You as a viewer, that means you're in the process of actually manifesting in this future spouse. Okay? All right, you guys, let's see. Pile 4, you were drawn to the anchor. The anchor card. Okay, I'm making sure I'm not saying anger. It's my Midwestern accent. Anchor, like a boat anchor. Okay, let's see. Your future spouse might be very chatty or goofy. Pile 4. They might have an accent too. You would consider it an accent, possibly. All right, pile four's future spouse. What's your overall energy in terms of personality? Show me your overall personality. Page of Swords. All right, so they could have air dominant in their chart, dominant in their personal planets, which or aspects, personal planets and or aspects. Air energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then your personal planets or aspects is going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Mercury, and then it could even be like the North nodes, okay? This could be more Gemini energy, though. Let's find out more. There's Libra. There's 8th house. They might have a potty mouth, you guys, okay? They might have a dark sense of humor. I'm picking up they don't have much of a filter when it comes to talking, okay? They might have a dirty mind with the 8th house here. They may like to talk dirty a lot, okay? That might be especially like in the bedroom. But we're talking about overall general energies in terms of personalities. And so your person just may have an overall dirty mind. They may have a dirty sense of humor. There may be something very inappropriate. They may have this like the foot and mouth syndrome where they just, you know, they talk, they can't, not that they're very blunt. It's just, yeah, I don't know. There's something about, I don't want to say that they don't have the ability to read a room, because I think they do, pile 4, but I think your future spouse has this thing where they don't care. Okay, your future spouse, pile 4, they're going to speak their mind, regardless of who's around. This means that people are either really going to love them or they're really going to hate them. People are either going to find them hilarious or they're going to be like, no. Okay. Now we are talking about, this is your future spouse. And so, you know, obviously the two of you are going to hit it off, but I am picking up pile 4. It's like your future spouse is kind of an acquired taste, if anything at all. Like I am picking up energy from your future spouse, pile 4, that they are going to be that person that you might have to give a disclaimer to before you're introducing them to people. You know, I am going to say, pile 4, that you are probably going to have family members and or friends that are not going to like them or really care about them too much. I mean, not all, right? I mean, you are going to have some friends and family members that are going to get along with them, but your future spouse, they're not a people pleaser. They have their opinions. They have their thoughts about things. They do have a very dirty mind, okay? So they will tell dirty jokes and maybe even inappropriate jokes that could, you know, rub people the wrong way. And it's almost like it's, you know, some people might only be able to take your future spouse in like smaller doses, okay? Yeah, look at the opposition. Unbalanced, calls out, mirrors, confronts, power struggles, polar opposites, and tests. Yes, okay. I'm going to say, pile 4, your person's going to have a very strong, like when we're talking about polarizing topics, okay, they're going to be, they got strong political beliefs. They might have strong religious / spiritual beliefs, you know. I am going to say, like, if, you know, you're not going to want to take your person around people that have opposing political or religious beliefs or anything like that, because your person's they're not going to hold back and they don't care, okay, what other people's beliefs might be. Your person does not have a problem talking about very polarizing topics to complete strangers. They don't care about offending people. They just don't care, okay? You know, and there's almost kind of this energy from your future spouse, pile 4, that there is kind of something to their personality where they may actually like offending people. It's funny that we got Libra here. They do appreciate aesthetics. They do appreciate aesthetics. And so they do lend some influence. They have an appreciation, but it's even beyond appreciation. They kind of get offended by things that are not aesthetically pleasing. Okay, so this is going to be the person, Pile 4. I'm just giving you a heads up, and maybe you're naturally this way, so it's not going to, be anything, against you. But they're the person that, they care. Like, if you guys are going out on a date, they care what you're wearing. They care how you look. They care the way that you present yourself physically. If they're going to be the person that, they like, if they're, whoever they're dating, they like that person to dress nice. They like, that person to present themselves in a very aesthetically pleasing way. So in other words, I'm just giving you an example. If they're a man and they're dating a woman, they're going to want a woman that dresses, quote unquote, like a woman. So, they, in dresses, or at least more feminine, always has their hair done, makeup on, and stuff like that. And it may even be like that, like, I'm just saying, there's something about your person that appreciates aesthetically pleasing environments and people. And so this is going to be even more so of the person that they are dating romantically, especially a future spouse. And so, if you guys are having company over, if they're having family or friends come over, even if they're just visiting at the house, they're going to want you to, dress to impress, kind of a thing. There it is. They appreciate dressing to impress. Okay. They don't appreciate unkempt looks. Okay. They appreciate keeping up on personal hygiene, things of that nature. Okay. And because they have a loose cannon as a mouth, they have no problems letting people know, like, ooh, why are you dressed like that? Okay, you gotta have a thick skin dealing with this person. I will say it like that. There are gonna be a lot of people that are not gonna like your person just because of the topics they choose to talk about, how confrontational they can be, because your person does not have a problem calling somebody out on their behavior at all. Okay. They can be very cutthroat with their communication. They literally don't care. They don't care about offending people. They just don't. They don't care about getting in debates with people. They don't care about, people liking them or disliking them or anything like that. They don't care. Okay, File 4. Yeah, okay. Let's see. What do they look like? Pile 4's person, what do they look like? What's your overall aesthetic? I just heard some of you come through like they better be fine. Like, if they're having that kind of, like, expectation of others, they better have that expectation of themselves. Let's see, what do you look like? I wasn't necessarily picking up that they're hypocrites, Pile 4. So I am hearing that they can be very critical. They just like things the way that they like them. Okay, they like things the way that they like them. That's very fixed energy that's coming through. They can be very stubborn. Let's see. What do you look like? They're very attractive, you guys. Their overall general energy, they're very attractive. Okay, conventionally attractive is what I just heard as the King of Wands. Okay, this person also, yes, and so the same standards they have, for you, right, or that they're gonna have for you as their future spouse, they do have for themselves. Okay. With this lets me know that they're naturally very good looking. They're naturally very attractive and they also dress to impress. Okay, they keep up with their physical appearance, and so they do their hair, they keep up on hair and nail appointments, they keep up on barber appointments, they keep up on that stuff. Yes, they do. They very much keep up on that stuff. And then we got the Queen of Wands coming, and they're looking for their match. They want someone that's going to be, as dedicated to their physical appearance as they are in theirs, right? This is they're giving very much that your pile 4, your future spouse wants to be seen as a power couple, as one half as a power couple, and so they're really looking for somebody whose physical aesthetic and appearance is going to somewhat match and mirror their own. Okay. The fact that the King and the Queen of Wands came out, this person may be the same. They may mirror you aesthetically in terms of like skin color, eye color, something like that. Like you guys may favor each other in that way. So yeah, their skin color, let's see. Your guys' appearance in terms of coloring is going to be very similar. You guys are probably going to be from the same culture, the same, descent, whatever that may be. So in other words, like if you're Hispanic, they're more than likely are going to be Hispanic too. If you're African American or just African, they're going to be the same. Like, there's something about your person kind of valuing that, or they want to stay within their own within their own culture. They're also going to want you to take really good care of your physical appearance, not just like build wise, not just like in the gym and stuff like that, but I can see your future spouse being very, they're going to be that person, whether they're male or female or whatever gender they might identify themselves as, that, they stay up to date on, no, not up to date, but they stay up on, skincare routines. They may even, go and have laser work done, or maybe cosmetic surgery or stuff like that. Like they're very into their physical appearance. Now, that might have something to do with what they do for a living. That information is in the add-on pick a card reading that's going to be dropped tomorrow. So, I mean, but it also could just be, that's just what they value. They could be a very visual person. Okay. Let me check They're very attractive, though, with that King of Wands energy coming through. And they're basically looking for their equal in that realm with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, they stand out. Okay. So in terms of like what they look like, just think about you. Okay. Just think about you in terms of like culturally, what's your skin color, what's your hair, they're going to look a lot like you. Okay. In terms of culturally, if you're Hispanic, they're more than likely going to be Hispanic. If you're African American or African, they're going to be the same thing. If you're Caucasian, they're going to be the same thing. They're going to look a lot like you, or have a lot of, the same features that you do. Let's see, anything else? Let's find out height. How tall are you going to be? Average. They'll be average height. Maybe a little bit shorter than average, but not much. Okay. So for, females or women, that's going to be, what is average height for a woman is what, 5'4", 5'5", so they might be 5'3", 5'4", right? And then for men, I think average height is usually, was it 5'10"? So they might be, you know, 5'9", okay, 5'8" at the shortest. All right, let's see. Now we're gonna find out timing. When are you more than likely to experience union or manifest union with them? Just keep in mind that, you know, timing is fluid. It can and often does change. It just really depends on what's going on, you know, with your own energy fields. Choices you make, things you do or don't do. Okay, the aligned action you do or don't take. Let's see. While I'm getting this out, you guys, if this is resonating, if it's entertaining you at all, do me a favor, smash a like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below, let me know what pile you picked. Let me know how it's resonating, and then you can become part of the family by hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss an upload or an announcement. Let's see. When is pile 4 going to more than likely experience union with their future spouse? We got Sagittarius, which is fire energy, and then the number 1, which is Aries energy. A lot of fire coming through, which fire is the second fastest moving energy of all 4 elements, and so typically correlates to weeks, sometimes months, right? But we got the number 1 here, so we're looking at like at least a month or a week, sorry, one week to 1 month. Could also be Sagittarius season or Aries season. Okay, but very soon. Some of you may even know this person, okay? You may even already know this person, but I am picking up for you guys, it's very, very soon. Very soon. All right, you guys, we're going to end your reading there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I'll see you guys at your next Future Spouse Pick a Card reading. Bye.